Best Trucker Dashcam Value Update for 2022. Also talking more about all those toll boxes and pre-pass and all that, and maybe what a good solution will be, and more on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Okay, so when I did my last video and I was talking about all the different boxes I have, I've got the K-Tag for the Kansas Turnpike, I've got the I-Pass from Illinois, which is the Easy Pass box, and I've got my Pre-Pass box from Pre-Pass. Did get comments. Tourette's Trucker did say that he uses the Pre-Pass Elite box for $24 a month. I guess they brought the price down, because when I got it years ago, it's like $17.85 or something a month for the Pre-Pass box for the way stations, and the bigger one that you could have the tolls on was like another $12 on top of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not giving you $30 a month just so you can charge me my tolls when Illinois gives me the one for free. But he said it's now $24 for that combo box. Well, that's a little bit. That's only $6 a month more, so I might look into that so I don't have all these boxes up there. And also, then there's another option somebody said in the comments. They have BestWay, which then handles all the tolling. And if their box doesn't do it, then they do it on the license plate toll, and then they handle that for you. So I was going to call them today, but I didn't have a chance. I forgot. So I'm going to look into both of those, because it would be nice to not have quite so many boxes up there in the window as I do now. All right, so the other big subject, so I'll tell you more about those as I look more into them. The other big thing is dash cams, is what we're going to talk about, because I haven't done a video about dash cams in a long time, and people keep asking me in the comments constantly, what dash cam do you use? And so let's get into all of that. Okay, the first thing I want to tell you about trucker dash cams is, first off, do not buy a dash cam that you can find at any truck stop. Yeah, I said it. Everything that's sold at the truck stops is crap. And how do I know this? I've tried them all. Or not all of them, but most of them. And here's the list. I first off tried one of the Garmin ones. I think it was the Garmin 65W back when they used to make that one. I think now it's replaced by the 67W. I liked it. It was a really good dash cam. It's small, it fits up in the window, it has this little magnetic mount thing up there. It's great. Great features. I loved it. The first road video I ever posted on this channel years ago was from that dash cam. It says I was going over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel system. It's a really good video, okay? It had good night vision. I liked the dash cam. Problem is, all of the Garmin dash cams, and still to this day, I've checked into it, believe me, use a lithium-ion battery. Problem with that is, when it's sitting up in your windshield all the time, and all the heat and everything, what happens is that battery overheats. It then overheats the circuit board, and your dash cam will just constantly restart. And the reason I know this is I've tried a few Garmins. I tried the Garmin 35, I believe is what it was called at the time. A little bit bigger one, had a bigger screen. I liked it. It died within 6 months. That 65W died within 6 months. I tried what at the time was the Garmin Diesel. It was a combo GPS and dash cam. Again, the dash cam part of it burned up. And so I like Garmin GPSs. I hope to someday soon get the new Garmin OTR 1010. I'm going to call them up and see if they'll give me at least a little bit of a break on that if I do a review about it, because I've done reviews on other ones, and that's actually one of my highest rated videos, is when I talk about the Garmin OTR 1000. So that's for another video. But anyway, they had one called the Diesel. I can't remember. It was a 6-inch screen. It was a little more rectangular. So you had the GPS, and it had a dash cam in it. I tried that one, and I bought it purely for the dash cam. Again, that one burned up within 6 months. And I think I tried one more Garmin one, but it was the same thing every time. Wouldn't last more than 6 months. And the problem is, it sits up in the window, it gets hot, and it's not made to be on 24/7. That's what we need as truck drivers. We need that dash cam to be on constantly, even when we're parked. Because one of my earliest videos, again, if you scroll way deep down, under the video tab, you'll find the video where, and this was again with that first Garmin 65W, when United Van Lines backed into me when I was at the TA truck stop in Troy, Illinois. Middle of the day, 5 open spots to my right, 3 open spots to my left, and he still backed into me and bent up my grill guard. United Van Lines had to buy me a new grill guard because, of course, I had it on video and I sent it to him. I caught him red-handed. But I like the features of the Garmin's, and I like the Garmin GPS's, but their dash cams don't last for crap. After my last Garmin had died, I went to the TA and I bought one of those stupid Rand McNally ones. I think it was the Rand McNally 100 or something like that. Kind of a little octagon-shaped one. It was tubular, had a small little screen on it. It died within a day. I upgraded to the other one, the 200 or 300 or whatever. It lasted maybe a week before the screen started futzing out on that one. So I can tell you the Rand McNally's are crap. Tried a Cobra that I bought at a truck stop, and no, garbage. Tried a Uniden that I bought at a truck stop. It was only like 60 bucks. Okay, I can't say it completely crapped out on me. I just couldn't use it because the night vision was awful. You couldn't see anything except headlights. That was it. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be a better way. I didn't try just all Garmin's in a row. I you know, in between I tried different ones. And I think it was after like my 3rd or 4th Garmin died on me. And they want too much for those dash cams anyway, Garmin does. For something that doesn't last. We need it to last. I was up in Minnesota somewhere, I can't remember. I was picking up at a popcorn factory. Saw a Best Buy on my way in that I figured, okay, I can park behind that. And I'm going to just go see what they have. And I walked inside. I said, look, I'm a truck driver. I need a reliable dash cam. And that's the other big message I want to say in this video, people, is drivers, you got to have a dash cam, because you never know when some asswagon's going to pull some stunt in front of you. And, you know, if there's no real evidence, the cops generally ticket whoever is in back, even if it's not your fault. This is why you need a dash cam to prove it. So anyway, I went into this Best Buy and I said, what do you got? And he said, oh, well, we've got this Rexine over here. And I looked at it, this kind of little funny little cheese wedge-shaped thing, and I'm like, and it was, I think that was $99 at the time. That was the V1, Rexine V1 Generation 3. And so I'm like, okay, my other one just died. I got to have something up in here. Let me try that. So I put it up in the window. I was fairly impressed with its resolution. I was fairly impressed with its night vision. And this was, God, almost 3 years ago at this point. And guess what? I still have it up in the window. I just last year upgraded to the Rexine V1 4K, which has a little bit better resolution. It's not true 4K, even though it says 4K. It's 2160p, okay? Where the original Rexine V1 Generation 3 is 1080p. So yeah, it is better. That's what I use for all my videos, people. Whenever you see all the road stuff going out from front of the truck, that's the Rexine V1 4K. And then when I'm doing my videos, if I'm doing the combo thing where you see me up in the corner of the window, that's just my phone. And this is an old phone as far as phones go. This is an iPhone 7. I know, it's old, okay? I just couldn't get myself to jump up to the new one. And besides, when 5G came out, iPhones weren't up to date with that yet. And so it was the 12 that finally came out with the 5G, but then I couldn't afford it at the time. And you know how bad my year's been this year. I can't afford to upgrade yet. So probably the 14 will be out this fall and I can upgrade, maybe, if I can make enough money, to a new iPhone. Okay, but back to the dash cams. I'm a huge believer in the Rexine, and why? Main reason, they last! That V1 Generation 3 is still up in my window. I keep it up there because it has a time-lapse feature on it, where you can set it so it'll record in, like, you can choose different amounts of lengths, but so 1 2-minute video can be up to a half hour of time-lapse, and it saves it that way, so that's a quicker download. Sometimes I'll do a kind of a time-lapse thing on my videos that I've taken off the V1 4K, but I have to speed that up on my editing program that I use, by the way. That is called Video Shop. It's an app from the App Store, and I pay $24 a year to use that editor, and that's how I make all my videos. But anyway, so that's why I keep both. Plus, if I was ever downloading video from the V1 4K camera, well, it's obviously not recording while I'm downloading over the Wi-Fi to the phone. So I wanted to have another one up there recording so that if an asswagon pulls some stunt in front of me, I have it on a dash cam and I can still prove it. But I would try to always download from the other one while I was still driving because it takes quite a big time. That's the big thing about the Rexing one I don't like, is transferring from the camera to the phone over the Wi-Fi can sometimes, like I said, I think in my last video, take up to an hour or so for just like 4 or 5 2-minute videos, and that's a long time. So that's why I keep the second one up there in the window so it's recording while I'm transferring. And ever since I got the dongle thing, I can just take the mini SD card, micro SD card out and stick it right there and plug it right into the phone. That transfers damn near instantly. And that's probably the way I'll keep doing it from now, because transferring over the Wi-Fi is just too cumbersome. So let me show you both dash cams up in the window in my truck. Alright, it's hard to see with the sun setting there, but this is the Rexing V1 4K. I keep it up in the windshield right there. That's what you hear me clicking sometime when I save the button. Let's see if I can put a light on here in the front. See that OK button, that's what I press when I want to save a video. It's a nice angle for truck drivers. A lot of people complain about cars that they can't see the screen. It's the perfect angle for truck drivers to see the screen. So there you go. That's where I'm at right now. So you can look outside. I'll see you showing you the same thing. But that's the V1 4K. And right there, you can see that's the gravity, or the GPS thing right there that plugs in. That plugs in separately. So you can track your speed, because right now you can see it says 0 miles an hour. And that little satellite dish thing, that's showing you the GPS tracker. I have that wire running up through there and down in the front of the dash, and it's sitting right there. Alright, that's a separate plug-in, and you have to buy that separately. I had that when I had my initial Rexing camera, which is that one right there. That's the V1. It was called at the time the V1 Generation 3. It's now called the V1 Basic, and it's only $49 off Amazon. So even if you had to buy that GPS plug-in thing for it, that's $29. So 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks, and you got yourself a reliable dash cam. The V1 Basic is 1080p. The V1 4K, you can see up there on the right, 2160p. Its resolution's a little bit better. Both of them, though, have very excellent night resolution compared to any other dash cam I've tried. So, and they're inexpensive. The V1 4K, $99. V1 Basic, $49. Like I say, the plug-in, GPS plug-in, $29. So, not bad at all. Now, as a big believer in the Rexings that I am, one of their biggest downfalls is their app that you supposedly can use to transfer the videos. I've never been able to get it to work. The Rexing Connect app. It needs severe help. What I use is the TimaCam app. Here's that. Here's the main screen. You hit Connect DVR, and it brings you to this screen. And this is where you see like what the video image is now. You got to stop the recording, and you move on to this screen. It shows you normal. You can select and pick your videos. If you hit the Event tab, right now it shows no data because I didn't save anything right there, but you would click your video. Okay, now after having this one V1 Generation 3, which is now called the V1 Basic, for only 49 bucks, you can't beat that because that's cheap, and it lasts. And I'll tell you why. The big difference, like I said earlier, the Garmin's have the lithium-ion battery, which burns up and burns up the circuit boards inside. The Rexings all use a superconductor, I always want to say superconductor, supercapacitor as its main power source. So it resists the heat. It can stay up there in your window when you're out in Arizona at 110 degrees, and it keeps working. This is proof. I've had the V1 Generation 3 for almost 3 years. I bought the V1 4K last spring. So it's been over a year that I've been using that one. And they're still up in the window, and they're taking the heat of the summer all the time, and they still work. This is why I see no reason to buy anything from a truck stop. The Garmin's, they won't last. They got great features, but they won't last. All the other ones, the resolution's terrible, or they break down like those Rand McNally's. They're awful. You don't buy a dash cam from a truck stop. Go to Best Buy or buy it off Amazon. $99 for the V1 4K, $59 for the V1 Generation 3, now called the V1 Basic. That GPS logger, $29, that plugs into either one of those, so it'll show your speed and where you are on the camera. Now, Rexine's come out with a newer one that has the GPS part built in, and it's only $139. This one is called the Rexine V1 GW 4K with a GPS logger built in. So if you don't want to deal with having that separate GPS logger, then just get that one. I did check out the reviews on Amazon, and it did say that sometimes that GPS logger might be a little bit off on the one that has it built in. So I guess in my opinion, I would still say get the two separate. It's like I say, for $99 and $29 for the GPS logger you plug into it, a total of $130. It's $10 more to get the one that's all inclusive, but maybe it's too new and maybe it's not working well enough yet. And $50 or $49 for the other one if you just need 1080p or you're not as concerned about getting the best quality. It's still pretty damn good though. A lot of my videos were using that one, or made using that one, and you can plug the logger into that one. That's the nice thing. If I switch, I can plug that logger into the other one, and so then you're only talking about a total of $80, and you get a reliable dash cam, and that's cheaper than anything you're going to get at the truck stop. And funny thing, it's gonna last. My biggest complaint about Rexine is that Rexine app it's garbage. The Timacam, Timacam app works well to transfer the videos, but I can say Rexine's customer service is very good and it gets very good points. I called them on a couple things before, and I always see in the comments, the reviews on Amazon, that their customer service is really, really good. So Rexine, you get my vote overall. And so guys, you don't have to spend $280 on a dash cam that's not going to last more than 6 months that you buy at a truck stop. Order it off of Amazon. Next time you're home, you pick it up, you stick it up in the window. It's got a great angle for truck drivers for the windshield, so you can still see the screen. And like I say, whenever you hear me hear that beep sound as I'm touching that OK button, that saves the video, so that then I can just transfer it either by taking the SD card out or by doing it over Wi-Fi if I have more time to deal with. And like I say, all of my road videos and everything are on either one, mostly that V1 4K dash cam, and I paid $159 for it over a year ago, and it's $99. That's your best trucker dash cam value. What do you think? Yeah, I wish Garmin would switch to a super capacitor in their dash cams, because I like the features of them, and they're even smaller. You know, they're really nice, but they just don't last. Like I say, I had 4 of them, you know, and I feel like I was getting really tired of throwing the money away on them. But the Rexines are a great value, and they last, and that's our biggest thing. My Rexine dash cams are recording right now while I'm parked, because you never know what some ass clown is going to back into me. Well, I'd like to have proof. So, you know, you got to have your dash cam running 24/7, drivers, and it needs to be able to put up with that. So there is my whole dash cam thing. There you go. All right, quick little update. Yeah, I delivered in Gillette yesterday. That would have been Tuesday the 9th on my final delivery at the Home Depot. At that Home Depot, I had 4 Home Depot stops. Mark was trying to find something that afternoon. The loads just weren't paying well, or they were too far away. He was trying all this morning, so he basically told me to start driving east. So here I am in Spencer, South Dakota. Yeah, I drove quite a bit. I drove 430 miles today, and that was on me. But, you know, he always said his philosophy is he'd rather, you know, deadhead and just not pick up a load that not only doesn't pay, but I lose money on, and takes 2 or 3 days. That's what kept happening with Turquoise. That's what I was getting really tired of. So, even where I am now, there's a couple of options we're looking at for tomorrow. And even if we can't get one that pays really what it should for tomorrow, then we know the next one, if I get to the right area, will. And we've got to look at it as a cumulative thing. if overall, over the week, I'm still making what I need to make without running too hard, spending too much money. That's the goal. So we're just going to see what happens tomorrow. So here I am at the Fuel Mart in Spencer, South Dakota. It's actually a nice little thing. I fueled up here. It was only $4.08 a gallon. Fuel's supposed to go up again tonight after midnight, so I thought, okay, it's supposed to go up like over 15 cents a gallon, which meant if I put on 200 gallons, which I did, I put on 203 gallons. If I had fueled up tomorrow, that would have been $35 more just to put on the same fuel. So drive smart, not hard, right? And like I say, I'll be looking into Tony Tourette's. Thank you so much for Tourette's Trucker for suggesting the Elite Pass. I'm going to call them, since obviously they've changed their pricing, to see if that's a possibility. And now apparently it covers all the other states like the K-Tag and stuff, so I would just have one box. Or I can look into that BestWay that somebody else commented. I just didn't get a chance to call them today, but I'm going to check into that as well and see what kind of deal they can offer, and we'll talk about that in a future video. And before I let you go, I talked about this in another video, where there's this plane, like a little Cessna, mounted up on a pole near Sundance, Wyoming, and I actually caught a video of it coming this way. It's hard to see, but look at that, a little Cessna stuck up there on a pole as a windsock. Pretty darn cool, ain't it? Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one, since a lot of people were bringing up, the other toll passes and all that stuff. I thought, well, I could touch on that in the video, and then I keep getting so many questions from everybody in the comments about the dash cam I'm using, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about that again. Right, Rusty? Yeah, baby. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe. Please like and comment. I get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a couple days because I'm a working truck driver. There's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. The TikTok one, I kept meaning to start that up, and I'll try to do that again soon as I can, all right? And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. You have much more hair in your nose than my dad. How nice of you to notice. I'm a kid. That's my job. He's eyeing that strip. Oh, come on, back down. Don't cheat. Down here first. All right, there it is. Oh, and there it goes. All right, he's all over it. All over the bacon strip. Yum, 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 yum. All righty. That's a good one, isn't it, Rusty? Well, they're all good, I'm sure, you know. I'm sure Purina is all over the quality of the bacon strips. All right, you ready for another one? There you go. Oh, happy dog. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I imagine he's saying. All righty. Get that munched up there, baby. All right, last little bit. You need the happy dog look.